Hi there, Andrew Kalita, Operations Manager from On Demand HR. I'm joined today by Clinton Drell, Managing Director. 2021 has been a very reactive year for a lot of businesses with a lot of new and unique challenges presented. Most of the businesses within our network have been focused on simply navigating through. But today we want to help you to lift up your eyes and discuss some of the key topics that we think that 2022 will present. So welcome, Clint.
Good morning, Andrew. How are you going?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Very well, thanks. Good to be here.
One of the common misconceptions that we've heard about in 2021 is that the pandemic will lead to an employer's market where talent is going to be easy to find for businesses that are looking to rebuild and expand. I know that our experience internally here on the ground running on-demand HR recruitment campaigns is that this is pretty much, in general terms, the complete opposite of this perception. We're forced to use many tricks and strategies in order to get one suitable candidate to fill a role, and our clients are needing to be coached on how to make quick, assertive hiring decisions. Otherwise, candidates are going to be lost to competing offers. At a high level, what are you seeing that businesses are facing when it comes to recruitment, and what should they take into consideration in 2022?
Oh, look, I think that recruitment in 2022 is going to be extremely competitive and more competitive than probably ever before. And I think that employers are going to have to adapt further than they've even already adapted. So I think for employers that haven't adapted to 2021 conditions, I think that they're just going to be left well behind. For those who've adapted to 2021 conditions, they're going to have to adapt to 2022 conditions. And what that ultimately means is agile decision making. I think this notion of this long drawn out interviewing process where the employer is extremely cautious on who they hire, and there's this interview and that interview and this process and that process. Look, unless you're paying at the top of the market, those days are over. We really need to see, certainly we'll be encouraging our clients in 2022 to be making quick hiring decisions, single interview processes, quick follow-up, quick feedback, engaging the candidate. Candidates are becoming extremely impatient in terms of how many roles they apply for, how many job even interview processes they have on the go at any time. And the sad naivety is that there's so many employers that we talk to that think that this person, that they're the only job this person's applying for, and that their job is so important, and that they couldn't possibly be looking for something better or something else, and that's just a really unfortunate mindset, because I think that's what needs to change. I think the other thing that's going to need to change in 2022 is that, as you said, employers are going to have to be content with one suitable candidate, not this nonsense of, I need a comparison so that I can feel comfortable about my decision. They're going to have to deal with more uncertainty in making these decisions. So yes, they're going to have to be assertive, but they're also going to have to deal with more uncertainty in the decision-making process.
And I think it really comes down to probably a shift of mindset. So what I mean by that is, employers typically, when you're talking about the older sort of recruitment style, is, well, I've got so many candidates to choose from, I'll find the one that suits my job. And basically candidates were being forced to sell themselves to the business. Now the shoe's really on the other foot, where the businesses are going to have to start thinking strategically about how they sell their business and the role and the future career progression and all those other factors to the candidate, to the market first, and then to the candidate once they do apply.
I think that, I would say if you rewind 10, 15 years ago, candidates got to sell themselves to the employer. I think getting into 2021, I would say the interview process is it's half-half. It's employer having to sell the opportunity and candidate having to sell themselves to the employer. I would almost go as far as to say in 2022, I think the balance has shifted to, I think there's more onus on the employer to sell the role than there is on the employee to sell themselves. It's almost a why should I work for you kind of mentality that we've got here. And that's just through choices, so many choices, and just candidates being spoiled for choice. So I think unless employers can adapt to that approach, there's going to be trouble. The other thing they're going to have to deal with is they're going to have to deal with just, again, increased expectations around salary, around work-life balance is going to be a huge one in 2022. I can see it's inevitable that employers are going to be competing on how many days at home people get to work. Because if I've got $80,000 offer here, 5 days a week in the 5 days a week in the office, $80,000, or even $75,000 over here, but 4 days a week at home, I might be choosing option B in that situation. Depends on the individual, but apples for apples, people put value on the work-life balance side and being able to work from home. And 2021 has demonstrated it can be done. So where's the argument for everyone gets back 5 days in the office? Well, it's a very weak argument.
But ultimately, in a tight recruitment market, the lowest common denominator or way to compete to find top or talent is to increase wages. But ultimately, in an economy and a business world that's in a bit of a recovery phase, following 2021, the businesses that are going to be successful are the businesses that find a way to attract talent through recovery without just simply relying on wages, working on another way that's going to be able to differentiate themselves from other competing offers. And that might be culture, it might be working environment, it might be a number of things, but they need to focus on working out a way to differentiate their offer, their business away from the others. Otherwise, they're going to just face increasing wages because ultimately, as unemployment goes down, wages go up. Right?
Yeah. Oh, look, I think a final point on that is I think that, particularly in obviously white collar work, I think that, if an employer is expecting all of its white collar workforce to work from the office in 2022, I can see that being a real position of struggle. I really do. I think that's going to be make that employer very vulnerable to people looking for better work-life balance, even if it doesn't necessarily mean more money, particularly if they've been afforded the opportunity in 2021. So I think there's going to be a real struggle for those sort of employers, and it is hard to change that mindset in some cases, but I think we're going to see that's going to be a battleground.
Thanks very much, Clint, for your time today to offer these insights and thoughts for our members, associate members and guests. For anyone that's watching that's not already a member, why should they consider reaching out to On Demand HR to discuss their HR and workplace relations affairs?
Look, On Demand HR, we've been around for quite a long time now. We've worked with a significant number of businesses over that time. We have refined our offering. We plan to work with a much smaller number of clients going forward on a very close, intimate basis. All of our membership arrangements that we offer clients are unlimited, and the reason that we offer them on an unlimited basis is so that we can be helping clients with issues as soon as they arise. We don't want to be just dealing with problems when they've escalated to a point where we can only have very limited influence on the result. We want to help a client achieve their best commercial outcomes as early as possible, and the best way to do that is through, as I said, an unlimited advice arrangement. So that's something that we've offered to our clients this year and has been very well received. The other things that we offer to our clients is obviously representation in various different employment tribunals, representation on workers' compensation claims, and our recruitment services as well, where we offer a very unique campaigning service, which I think will be the recruitment method of the future, getting away from the recruitment agent model where it's just placements for fees. What we offer in that regard is company branded recruitment campaigns managed outside by us as an alternative to your traditional recruitment models. So those are some of the things that certainly businesses should consider in why they might want to become a On Demand HR member.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Clint, and all that's watching. We wish you all well in closing out what has been, no doubt, a challenging 2021. For those of you that can take a break, use the time to recharge and plan for what will no doubt be a challenging yet exciting 2022. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year from all of the team here at On Demand HR.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you.